For years, the Tesla Model Y has been one of the most successful electric vehicles in the world. It became the best-selling car globally in 2023, not just the best-selling EV, but the best-selling car of any kind. That success created a powerful expectation that every new Model Y would be better than the last, more refined, more capable, more premium, more advanced. But recently, a growing number of owners, analysts, and even Tesla fans are asking a surprising question. Why does the newer Model Y feel worse than before? This isn't about rumors or internet outrage. It's about documented design changes, manufacturing decisions, and cost-cutting strategies that Tesla itself has openly acknowledged. In many ways, Tesla hasn't accidentally made the Model Y worse. It has deliberately redefined what better means, and that shift is leaving some buyers feeling shortchanged. To understand what's happening, you have to understand how Tesla thinks about cars. Tesla does not design vehicles the way traditional automakers do. Legacy car companies typically lock a design for 5 to 7 years, then introduce a mid-cycle refresh with more features and a higher price. Tesla operates on continuous iteration. Changes happen quietly, sometimes weekly, sometimes without announcement, and almost always driven by efficiency rather than customer perception. One of the clearest examples of this philosophy is the steady removal of physical hardware from the Model Y. Earlier versions of the car included ultrasonic sensors around the bumpers to assist with parking, low-speed maneuvering, and obstacle detection. These sensors were visible, proven, and widely trusted. Starting in late 2022, Tesla removed them entirely. The company said vision-only systems using cameras would be sufficient. This decision reduced hardware costs and simplified manufacturing. But for many owners, it resulted in worse parking accuracy, phantom warnings, and features that were temporarily disabled or permanently downgraded. Tesla made similar decisions with radar. Earlier Model Y versions included forward radar to assist with adaptive cruise control and emergency braking. Tesla removed radar and moved to a camera-only system, arguing that a single sensing modality would be safer in the long term. While Tesla continues to improve its vision system through software updates, independent testing and owner feedback have consistently shown that performance in fog, heavy rain, and poor lighting conditions suffered after radar was removed. Inside the cabin, the story continues. Earlier Model Y models included passenger-side lumbar support. Newer versions quietly removed it. Tesla confirmed the removal was intentional, stating that usage data showed the feature was rarely adjusted. But for customers who relied on that support, especially on long drives, this felt like a downgrade. Tesla also simplified interior materials in several production runs, replacing softer trims with harder plastics in less visible areas. Individually, these changes seem minor. Collectively, they change how the car feels. Then there's the driving experience itself. In an effort to reduce production costs and speed up assembly, Tesla has altered suspension tuning and component sourcing over time. Some newer Model Y builds have been reported by owners to feel stiffer or less compliant over rough roads compared to earlier builds, particularly those produced in different factories. Tesla uses multiple global production lines, and subtle differences between Fremont, Shanghai, Berlin, and Texas have led to inconsistent ride quality. Another major point of controversy is the steering wheel and control layout philosophy Tesla is clearly moving toward. While the Model Y has not fully adopted the stalkless design seen in newer Model S and Model X updates, Tesla has signaled a future where physical controls are minimized or eliminated entirely. The company believes software-based interfaces and touch controls are more efficient and future-proof. Many drivers disagree, arguing that removing tactile controls makes the car harder to use safely and intuitively. Price plays a huge role in this discussion, and it's where Tesla's strategy becomes clearer. Over the last 2 years, Tesla has aggressively cut Model Y prices across multiple markets. In some regions, prices dropped by tens of thousands of dollars in a short period. These cuts were not driven by generosity. They were driven by competition, factory utilization, and margin pressure. Cheaper cars mean higher volume, but only if production costs fall even faster. So Tesla started building the Model Y differently. Fewer parts, fewer sensors, simplified interiors, large single-piece castings instead of dozens of welded components, structural battery packs designed to reduce assembly steps. From a manufacturing standpoint, this is brilliant. Tesla has reduced labor hours per vehicle, increased output, and protected margins despite lower sticker prices. But from a customer perspective, this creates a strange paradox. You're buying a newer car, but it may have fewer features than an older one. You're getting the latest version, but it may feel more basic. Tesla is betting that most buyers care more about price, acceleration, range, and software updates than about parking sensors, interior materials, or physical buttons. Another factor is software dependency. Tesla increasingly sells the promise of future improvements rather than present-day completeness. Features like Tesla Vision, full self-driving, and driver assistance capabilities are marketed as evolving systems. Buyers are asked to accept temporary limitations today in exchange for potential improvements tomorrow. This works for tech-savvy enthusiasts. It works less well for buyers who expect finished functionality at delivery. It's also important to understand the context of competition. When the Model Y first launched, it faced relatively little serious competition. Today, nearly every major automaker offers an electric SUV in the same size and price range. Many of these competitors include features Tesla has removed: 360-degree cameras, physical parking sensors, ventilated seats, head-up displays, and traditional dashboards. Tesla's response has not been to add features, but to lower prices and emphasize efficiency. This strategy aligns closely with Elon Musk's long-stated goal of making electric vehicles affordable to the masses. In Tesla's internal logic, a simpler car that more people can afford is better than a feature-rich car that fewer people can buy. The Model Y is increasingly positioned not as a premium product, but as a high-volume electric appliance. That doesn't mean Tesla is standing still. The company continues to improve battery chemistry, thermal efficiency, motor design, and manufacturing techniques. Newer Model Y vehicles may charge faster, use fewer rare materials, and cost less to maintain over time. These improvements are real, but they are largely invisible to the average buyer. The rumored Model Y refresh, often referred to as Juniper, highlights this tension even more. Reports suggest cosmetic updates, minor aerodynamic improvements, and further manufacturing simplification. There is little evidence so far that Tesla plans to reverse its feature removal strategy. If anything, the trend points toward even fewer physical components and greater reliance on software. So is Tesla really selling a worse Model Y? The answer depends on how you define worse. If you measure value by features, tactile quality, and traditional expectations of automotive progress, then yes, many newer Model Y builds offer less than earlier ones. If you measure value by price, efficiency, software potential, and production scale, then Tesla's strategy makes perfect sense. What's undeniable is that Tesla has changed the social contract with its customers. Buying a Tesla today means accepting constant change, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. It means understanding that newer doesn't always mean more, and it means recognizing that Tesla is no longer optimizing for early adopters, but for global mass adoption. The Model Y isn't worse because Tesla failed. It's worse for some buyers because Tesla succeeded. It succeeded in turning a premium-feeling electric SUV into a globally scalable product, and in doing so, it sacrificed elements that once made the car feel special. Whether that trade-off is worth it is no longer Tesla's decision. It's yours.